You can grab a seat, sit down, do whatever makes you comfortable. Today's class, one last thing I want to remind everybody, because you can see me and I cannot see you, and this goes for every yoga class that you take anytime. I really need everybody to remember to listen to your body and take responsibility, please, for yourself. So if there's any injuries you're working with, any conditions you have that might be aggravated by certain things we do, please modify your practice. Please understand you are a grown-up, and anywhere you go, you need to take responsibility for yourself. So I'm going to give the best instruction I can for you, and I will count on you to listen to your body and do what feels right. So today I wanted to talk to you about connecting to your center. There's a moving principle in yoga called navel radiation. And this is a principle that we use in how we move through our poses and within our poses. It basically means that we initiate movement and energy from our core and move it out, then follow it out down the limbs. Okay, so your core, you start at your center, your core, and I don't just mean your abdominals, okay? We'll talk about that in a moment. I mean the center of your being, and you move out towards all 6 limbs. You've got 6 limbs, 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, and a tail. So I like to think about this. What I've been thinking about for this class is also how that works mentally, that in a lot of ways, our minds, our brains work in a similar sort of way. What we like to do when I wrote a couple notes down. How our brains work is we start by connecting to a positive experience, right? So we build these strengths within our brain and we get to replicate them later on. So perhaps during a time of stress, your brain is able to hold on, connect to those core strengths, and use them for the time being. So this is sort of an example of that. I have just a little story. The last time I did my live stream, you can imagine, of course, it's not my preference to be teaching yoga through the computer, staring at a computer screen, but I actually had a really, really nice time because I was imagining that you were all here with me, that I was back in the classroom, whether it was at Circle Yoga or the center, back at Horizons in Costa Rica. I could go back to that memory and think about it and feel what it's like to be there, sense the connection I have with the people, sense the movements of our yoga, and just remember by thinking about it what it was like to be there and have a really positive experience. So I want you to think about that as you move today. I'm going to keep bringing it up. What we do is we build on the good. We build on the good experiences that we allow ourselves to have, and we create those as core strengths or memories to tap back into whenever we need them. So that is the wind blowing upstairs. We have a beautiful day. Let's get started. So I'm going to have you come into a sitting position to do a little breathing, of course. Let's start with a little bit of breathing. If you want to lie down on your back, that's totally fine. So you can sit cross-legged. Your hands can be on your knees, or if you like, again, to kind of help connect to your center, to connect to your breath, you can place a hand on your sternum, right here on your heart, and one on your belly button. You might close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's like a sigh. I'm just going to do that a couple more times. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth, letting it all out. And we're going to do that one more time. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Good. Now I want you to close your mouth, and if you can, breathe in and out through your nose. We're going to do a calming breath. If your hands are helping you by being on your body, leave them there, or you can let them relax on your knees. That's up to you. But calming breath is one that helps us in times of stress to calm down, to slow down our heart rate. And it's so simple. It goes like this. We're going to inhale for a count of 4 and exhale to a count of 6. So we're going to go inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count on your own. Keep going like this for another few rounds. The important piece here is not the number of the count. The important piece is that your inhalation is about a medium length and your exhalation is a full length, really full and complete. So it's maybe even twice as long as your inhale. If counting doesn't help you, then just breathe in, medium-sized breath, and exhale, very long, very slow, until you're completely empty. You might notice and sense what's happening in your body, that your heart rate is slowing down, your nervous system is switching over to a parasympathetic, right? So the hormones going through your body are telling you to relax, calm down, and that everything's okay. Keep breathing another few moments, and now I want you to even out your breath. So perhaps you might inhale to 6 and exhale to 6. Remember, the number is not important. This is just called an even breath. Good. Finish that next breath out. And then let your eyes open if they were closed. And we're going to stretch out our legs in front of us and add some movement. I'm going to move sideways so you can see me a little bit better. You're going to take your legs out in front of you and your knees are going to bend. Okay, feet are flat on the floor, about hips distance. I'm going to hold on to the back of my legs and just lean back a little bit and lift my chest. So no rounding quite yet. We're kind of in a neutral spine. Now, you might be more comfortable holding your hands on the top of your shins. I don't really care. It doesn't matter, whatever is more comfortable for you. As you breathe in, you're going to lift your chest. You're going to come into a back extension. Roll your shoulders back, maybe even lift your chin slightly. And I take my knees apart so there's room for my belly and chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to straighten your arms, let yourself round from head to tail and tuck your chin to your chest. That's it. It's a sitting cat-cow. As you inhale, you rock forward to the front of your sitting bones. Pull your heart up and forward, shoulders back. And as you exhale, press your rib cage back, pull your belly in, tuck your tail under you. You'll feel like your sacrum's on the floor now. Go ahead at your own pace so that you're breathing in. Nice even breath in and out through the nose. You're breathing out the same length of your inhalation. I want you to feel a little bit as you move through this, what's working here. So especially with your hands, start kind of with your hands that you're using this leverage to hold on, and you find some strength around your chest as a result, around your ribs, through your belly, especially as you move back into that rounded cat position. When you're pulling forward, all the muscles on your back start to ignite, all those postural muscles. We're just going to go a few more times. I hope this feels nice. Breathing in to open, breathing out. Let's just hold in the out for a second. Tuck your chin to your chest, let your spine round. Feel your belly pull in, but feel also as if you're squeezing your legs towards the middle line, even though they're not touching. You might even feel your bottom here. Your glutes start to activate and wrap around the bottom of your hips. If you don't, that's okay. Come back up, lift your chest, and then lie down onto your back. We're going to start to sense that. I'm going to give you a sense of that feeling about connecting to your strong center, to your core. So as you lie down on your back, you're going to bend your knees and place your feet flat. Don't go to sleep yet. Don't go to sleep unless you really need to. That's fine. Remember, take a rest whenever you need. But we're just going to connect to our core, to our center in a different way. Take your arms a little bit out from your sides with your palms flat on the floor, maybe about 45 degrees out from your sides, and push your arms into the floor. So you feel your chest turn on. You feel that activation in the chest. Your feet are hips distance and parallel. I want you to gently lift your bottom off the floor by pressing your feet down and lifting yourself not into a full bridge where we're bending from the upper back, but you've got a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Good. Hold here for a moment and give again your glutes and your abdominals a little squeeze. Good. Lower yourself back down. After you land, pick up your knees till they're right over your hips and your shins are parallel to the floor. If you can see me, it's called 90-90. You can bring your legs together. Good. From here, can you feel your abdominals working, pulling your lower back down towards the floor? Keep that engagement as you press your feet again down into the floor and lift your hips again. Just about half, not until that upper back bend, not into a full bridge, but just that straight line from knees to shoulders. Good. Lower again. Lower your hips to the floor and feel the belly help you lift your legs into, we call it tabletop. Go back down again. Press your feet flat. Lift your hips up. Feel your bottom working. Feel your belly working. It's from there we extend down the length of the arms. It's from there we extend through the legs into the feet like they're plugging into the floor. You're breathing in and out. Yep, let's go again. Lower and lift. Legs come up. Strong belly. Still strong in the trunk, right? In the torso. Bring your feet back to the floor and lift your hips again. I think bridge pose is the easiest pose to feel your Uttanasana working, right? To feel your glutes. You might even give them a grab and just see that they're wrinkling just a little bit. Come back to the floor and come back to tabletop again. Use your torso. Okay, I'm going to rock a little side to side, make my spine longer. Felt like I got a little short there. Knees are over hips. Feet in line with knees. Good. I want you to take this not all the way to a twist, but I want you to drop your legs over to the right, just about halfway down to the floor. And then exhale back up to center. Good. Inhale over to the left. So your right hip comes off the floor. My trunk is staying really steady. And exhale, feel the belly and your bottom. Bring your legs back to the middle. Go to the right. Exhale and pull the legs back to the center. Go to the left. Pull the legs back to the center. If you want to challenge, extend your legs all the way up to the sky. Take them over to the right, just about halfway down. Notice how the strength in your whole trunk, your whole core, your belly, your butt. Exhale back to the center and then go over to the left, just about halfway down. Exhale and back to the center. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest and then give yourself a little release. Bring your hands to your knees and rock a little bit side to side. And just notice how you feel. If you stopped breathing, it's probably because I gave you a lot to think about. So just let yourself take a few rounds of breath. Good. Roll to your side. We're going to come into a child's position. Come onto hands and knees to start. Place your knees about hips distance. Point your toes back behind you till they touch. And extend your spine nice and long. Let your hips rest on your heels. And your forehead and your elbows rest on the floor. I'm keeping my head up just so that you can still hear me, but you're resting your forehead down. And sending some breath now through the whole body. Let your breath travel through your body. This is a great resting place. If you want to stay here the rest of class, do it, right? That's fine with me. I don't mind. If you'd like to move on, let's draw ourselves back up to hands and knees. Your hands should be forward, right? If I go right from child's with long arms forward, lift my torso up. I'm going to tuck my toes under, come into downward facing dog. I'm going to start with bent knees and maybe start to pedal out my feet, bending one knee and then the other as I relax my head. And let the palms really connect to the floor. We're breathing in and out here. Then I want you to extend both feet, both heels back and down. Your knees can stay bent. And I want you to look forward between your hands as you come into a plank position. A lot of people think that plank is about arms. Of course, you do need to use your arms here, but I want you to feel a sense of that bridge pose when you are on the floor. So can you engage your bottom, your belly, even your back here, and then extend out into all 6 limbs. Reach long through arms and legs. Good, we're gonna put our knees down, go back to child's pose. If you'd rather rest in downward dog, that's fine. Take a shape that works for you, that you can calm yourself. Now try that calming breath again. I'm gonna stay sitting up so you can hear me. Try that calming breath again. Medium-sized inhale. Full-sized exhale. When you're ready, coming back up, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to take a walk. Bring your feet all the way forward. Take 3 or 4 steps. Bring your feet to the front of your mat so they're hips distance and parallel. Knees can soften, and you're going to drop into that ragdoll position. If you'd like, you can grab onto your elbows and let your body sway a little bit. Let your hips sway side to side. Nod the head. Yes, no, maybe so. And just breathe. Nice even breath now. Even breath. Then let your arms hang down. Bend your knees. Let's roll all the way up to stand. I think you might lose my head here. Yeah, that's okay. We're going to reach our arms out and up. Lift your chest up towards the sky. We're going to exhale, swan dive, and forward bend. Bring your heart forward, your hips high. Let your head relax. Hands are going to come to your shins as you reach your heart forward. Coming into a half forward bend. And then exhale and relax your head. Good. Let's reverse swan dive to stand up. So I want you to bend your knees a bit. Reach your arms out to the side. Reach your chest forward. Feel the strength of your butt, your belly, and your back. Stand all the way up. Reach up. And exhale all the way back down. Forward bend. Another half Surya Namaskar. Inhale, hands are on the floor or your shins. Reach your heart forward. Exhale and fold. We're going to reverse that movement. I want you to feel the strength of your center. Reverse, stand up, arms reach out and up. Strong belly, strong bottom, strong posture. Exhale all the way back down into a forward bend. We're going to move on. Fingertips are by your toe tips. Right foot's going to take a big step back. We're going to drop the knee down. Reach your hands to your thigh and then arms to the sky. That's up to you. You can keep your hands here for a moment, get some grounding. Make sure you've got good architecture. Your front knee is over your ankle. I can't see you, so take a look. Listen to your body. Good. Feel your heart lift. Again, from that element, from that center strength, your core strength, from the bottom of your pelvis, all the way up to the ribs, even in your upper back. Good. And hands come down to the floor. Lift your back knee. Let's step back, downward dog. Press your hips back and feel the length in your spine. Then we'll come forward to plank position. Feel the source of your plank from the center of your body. If you'd like to, your knees can come down first, or legs can be long. We're going to bend our elbows and come all the way down. Land on your belly. Reach your legs out long. From the strength, again, of your center, reach long from head to tail, through the arms, through the legs as you come into a baby cobra, and exhale, release back down. Your choice. You can push up to plank right from here by tucking toes under and pushing straight up, or just push back through hands and knees. And meet me in downward dog. Take a full cycle of breath. There's no rush. Take your time with your even breath. Next time you breathe in, your right leg is going to reach up and back behind you. Again, from the center of your body, out through that long leg. We'll step forward into a lunge. Remember, if your foot doesn't make it all the way forward, carry it with you. Bring it forward. Drop the back knee down. Rise up, Anjaneyasana. Crescent lunge, crescent low lunge, back knee down. Arms can be up or safely on your thigh. Maybe even smile. Mom's smiling. Good. We're going to dissolve. Bring your hands down. Lift your back knee and step forward. Inhale, half forward bend. Push off the floor or your shins. Exhale, full forward bend. Fingers next to your toes. From your center, think of your navel center. Radiate all the way out as you reach out, stand up, arms up, maybe even look up. And exhale all the way back down. Left foot steps back, knee down, chest up, arms up. From the center out, navel radiation. It's called the human starfish. This is from Donna Farhi. She has a wonderful book. I'm going to share it with you guys after. All these moving principles. Dissolve this pose. Hands to the floor, step back, downward dog. You can hang out in down dog or you can come through this vinyasa sequence nice and slow. Come into plank position from your center source. Can you have a strong butt in plank pose? Can you find a strong bottom? Bend your knees if you need. Bring them down first. Otherwise, we're going to lower with long straight legs. Good. Rise up into your cobra, and I'll meet you back downward facing dog. Your choice how to come back. Either push up to plank or just go back hands and knees. Left leg rises nice and high. Reach long through that leg. From the strength of your bottom, the strength of your belly, let's step forward. Bring the right knee down. Let your heart rise. Arms rise if you like, as you like. Good, and dissolve. Hands down to the floor, lift your right knee, step forward. Inhale, nice long spine here. Push off your shins or the floor, what makes you happy. Exhale, fold. Rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Just means upward hand pose. Just means upward hand. Lift your heart, strong belly. Exhale all the way back down. We're going to add on. Let your head relax before you step back. Let it drop. Feel the drop. Good. Right foot steps back. We're going to pause here for a moment. I want you to find a nice long lunge. We're going to keep your right hand here on the floor. I've got short arms, so I'm going to stay on my fingertips. Your left hand is going to come to your left thigh. And from super strong, steady hips, belly, and your butt, your glutes, you're going to turn your head and your chest to the left. Feel the hugging in of your legs. If you would like to extend your left arm up towards the sky, that's up to you. Or you can keep that resistance of the hand on the floor. You're in a twisting lunge, and then we're going to dissolve. Hands down. Step back, down dog. Stay here and hang out or come through that vinyasa sequence. Forward to plank. Plank, plank. Find your plank length. Good. Exhale, chaturanga, your version of chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Take your time. I'm going to be in cobra here. My happy cobra. Exhale. I'll meet you back in down dog. Your choice how to get there. Down dog. Send your right leg to the sky. Exhale, place it forward. And then the left one is going to come forward also. Inhale, long spine. Find that half forward bend. Exhale, full forward bend. Rise up. Again, strong legs, strong belly, strong bottom. Now even feel your back here as you lift up. Good. Exhale, swan dive, and again, forward bend. Left foot steps back. This time, we don't put the knee down. We're going to find that twisting lunge, but really deliberately again. So I keep my left fingers on the floor under my shoulder. This is where if you had a block, you could bring a block here. That works fine. Right hand on your thigh. Try not to drop that left hip. That's when we've lost our center. Good, Mom. Yeah. Reach long through your legs from the strength of your belly, your butt, your hips, and then turn. Turn your head, turn your chest. Breathe. And if you want, arm goes up. But is that arm helping you? If it's helping you to find your extension, do it. If keeping on the thigh is more supportive, do that. Good. Dissolve, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Hang out here or come through a flow. Nice slow flow at your pace. Plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe into upward facing dog. And I'll meet you in downward dog. Left leg rises, down dog split. And exhale, step forward. Right foot comes to meet it. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. One more time, standing up, rise up, 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 up. Find your length from your center source, that core center. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend. And this time we're just going to step back, Downward facing dog. That's our new home base. Step the feet back. If you're hungry for vinyasa, you can take it. We'll have another chance. And notice how you're feeling. And use the breath that feels appropriate. So if an even breath feels good, try that. If you find your heartbeat rising again, maybe try that calming breath. Medium inhale and full exhale. Next breath in, right leg will rise. Exhale and step forward. Rise up this time, warrior two. Rise up. Nice architecture on the front leg. Knee is over ankle. Think of pulling your heart up and away from that front thigh. Reach long through both arms. But again, the source of your strength, the initiation of all movement comes from your center, the belly, the hips, the bottom, even your trunk, your rib cage. Turn your right palm up, Parshva, warrior two. So reverse warrior, just reach up, just make space on the right side of your body. Legs stay in the same position. Then we'll come forward and place your elbow on your thigh or hand to the floor. Side angle pose. You're going to turn your head, your chest up towards the ceiling as you extend your left arm. Again, find your source of strength through the center of the body. If you'd like a full extension of your top arm, take it. Good. From here, we're going to take both hands down to either side of the front foot. Lift your back heel up and then drop onto the knee. So drop your left knee to the floor, and we're going to pull our hips back. You know this as Ardha Hanumanasana, or half splits. I'm going to start by wiggling this foot forward a little bit and flexing my foot. Now this is, again, if you have blocks at home, you might need them under your hands. But it's perfectly okay to keep this front leg bent. What I don't want you to do is collapse the knee, okay? You don't want this knee dropping and sinking down towards the floor. So I want you to actually try to pull your leg in towards your hip socket. You don't even have to straighten it to do so, right? You should be able to lift that leg off the ground. That's how strong of a leg, as I push down, good. That leg might lift, good. We're going to keep our left hand down on the floor right under your shoulder. Your right hand is going to come to your hip. I want you to find the strength of your bottom, your belly, and then start to turn your head, your chest to the right. This twist, this rotation is coming from the center and moving out, extending out towards your limbs, so you might reach long and high with that right arm. Breathe in and out, embrace the wobbles. Wobbling is just your body balancing. And then we're going to dissolve. 2 hands down and allow yourself now to take more of a fold here. But keep the front leg strong. Keep the leg pulling in towards your body as you let your head drop. Maybe your chest, maybe your hands walk forward. Breathe in and out. Let your breath travel from your source in the center of your body all the way out through 6 limbs. Good. We're not going to stay too long. Bring your hands back and under your shoulders. Bend this front knee so you can flatten your foot. Plant your hands. Lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Your choice. Hang out here. Or follow me through vinyasa. Your version of vinyasa. We want to try to maintain integrity. It should still feel good. It should still be serving you. Right? From downward dog, take a pause. This is a great place. You might also want to take a child's pose. Let's just take another couple breaths. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. To do the other side, left leg will extend. Find your source. Extend and move from there. Down dog split. Step forward. Best you can. Remember, if it doesn't make it, just carry it. Bring that foot forward. Ground your back foot perpendicular to the front. Rise up, warrior two. Warrior two. Good. Find your friend, warrior two. Hips are over shoulders. And even though your legs move apart on the mat, they're physically apart. They're hugging into the center line. You're feeling your belly support the front of your lower spine. You're feeling your glutes support around the back of your pelvis and your lower spine. Good, then you can reach and feel your postural muscles on the back. Good. Reverse warrior, left palm up, reach. Hold here for a moment. Keep those legs strong. And move forward, elbow to thigh. Same legs again. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky or take that long extension as you turn your head. Your chest, it doesn't move much. There's not much rotation here. But your left hip is rolling underneath you to get a little bit of rotation. Breathing in and out. And we dissolve. Bring both hands down to either side of your front foot. Lift your back heel and drop a knee down. Shift your hips back so that your hips are right over your right knee and wiggle your left foot a little bit forward. It's just because our bones are long, we need to wiggle forward. Pull those toes up towards the sky. It's a strong pull of that leg in towards your body. Feel your belly, feel your hips engaging. Right hand's going to stay down on the floor, right under your shoulder. Left hand is on your hip. I'm going to turn my head. Start with your head. That'll keep you immobilized from your center. That'll keep you strong from the center. Then move your chest. This is like a revolved triangle, but with a knee drop down. Maybe your arm finally extends. But if I'm standing behind you right now, Stephen and Tina, I am standing behind you looking at your Battasanas, and there should be some wrinkles in your pants from how strong you're working there. Good. Both hands go down and fold. For some people, fold looks about the same. You might just let your head drop a bit. For others, you might walk your hands forward. But we don't go lazy here. We're still working. We'll have a rest. We'll have a rest at the end, I promise. The hope is that when you stretch your muscles, while you're engaging them, it's much safer and it feels better. It feels better for you. Bring your hands back in under your shoulders. Pull your heel in towards your body so you can bend your knee. Shift forward into a lunge and step back, downward dog. Your choice, take a rest or move through vinyasa sequence. We have one more wave of standing poses from here. One more wave. How's everyone doing? From downward dog, right leg to the sky. We're going to step forward. And this time, step your back foot a little bit closer. Pyramid legs. Pyramid legs means your left toes turn out slightly, maybe 30 to 45 degrees. Your legs are straight-ish. You're going to rise up to stand. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to look at you guys straight on so you can see. My feet are not on the same line. That doesn't work for me. I've got better balance. They're in line with my hips. Good, my hands are on my hips. I'm gonna find that center. Oh, my comments are finally coming in. An hour later, I see comments coming in. All right, guys, so revolve triangle, again, is gonna start from your center. So think of this area, your trunk, your belly, your butt. I've been really into using my butt more lately. It's making everything better. Left arm is gonna come up. From super strong legs, belly, butt, I'm going to extend forward and bring my hand probably to the shin. If you have a block, you can put it on the floor under your heart, or if you can reach the floor, do that. The shin is the most modest. If you're feeling ambitious and open and strong, your hand can go to the outside of your foot. I'm going to practice on the shin. Find your length. Long through your spine from that source, from the source out through all limbs. Turn your head to the right and your chest. Find your rotation. Your choice at that last moment. Arm reaches up towards the sky. Breathe. And dissolve. Very nice. Hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Your choice. Come through vinyasa if you're feeling good. Maybe take a child's pose if you need a rest. I'll meet you in downward dog in a moment, in a couple breaths. Good. So let's meet in down dog. We're almost there. We're almost there. Good. Left leg high in towards the sky. Take a very deliberate step forward. Try your best. And the back foot steps in a little bit, maybe 6 inches or so. Each foot in its own lane of traffic. Right foot angled out, 30 to 45. Rise up. Stand up. You'll know you want to feel long but also stable. So plant those feet so they're stable. Right arm up. Belly, bottom. So again, just connect to that bridge pose, bottom. Your glutes wrapping. Your heart is going to reach up high. Find your extension out through your 6 limbs, and then we'll hinge forward. We're going to reach as far as I can, heart forward, then hand is going to grab something, the floor or your shin, maybe even the top of your foot. I don't care. Good. From the center, find that rotation. Turn the head, turn the chest. Don't worry about how far you're going. This side might be a little bit different. Finally, when you're feeling stable, if you want to extend that arm, if that's helping you, go for it. And dissolve. Hands down, step back, downward dog. Last time, last vinyasa. Your choice doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter if you go or you don't. Do what makes you happy. You're a grown-up. Good. Bring your knees to the floor. Swing your legs forward. And come and lie down on your back. Good. How's everybody doing? We are going to lie down. Oh, it's not Shavasana yet, Mom. We're almost there. She went straight to it. Straight to it. But you can do what you want. Really, really. Do what you want. Bring your knees to your chest. And just rock your legs a little bit side to side. So every pose in yoga works this way. This moving principle, this navel radiation is the same in every single pose. every single one. I can't think of one that moves from the arms or legs inwards. The initiation of movement, of energy, of strength starts from your core. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You did a lot of work through the legs to get into that revolved triangle. So we're gonna look for an active release. So before you even lift your legs, I know you really wanna do pigeon on your back. But put your left hand on your hip. Put your right hand on your inner right thigh and give it a little push. Push those 2 points away from one another. So ground your left hip with your hand and press your thigh away from you as you resist that press. So the right leg is still a little bit strong. And then you're gonna take the shape of the legs in towards your body. Hands can wrap around your left thigh or your shin bone, depending on the length of your arms. Find the breath that works for you. It could be the calming breath. The calming breath, again, is medium-sized inhale, full-sized exhale. Maybe the even breath is better. Even breath, the inhale and the exhale are the same length. Even as you're here in this position, the initiation of your energy, of your breath, starts at the center and moves out and down the limbs. Release this side, put your feet on the floor. Cross your left ankle on your right thigh. Right hand on the top of your hip, left hand on the inner left thigh, and gently push it away and resist. So your left leg is pressing your right thigh. You might even still feel some action in your glutes, in your hips. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a touch. Good, bring the legs in towards you. Hold behind your right thigh or across the shin. Left ankle is just gently flexed and you're gonna breathe. Slowly in and out. And release. Bring both feet back to the floor, a little bit wider than your hips, a little wider than you're used to. Not huge apart, just a couple inches. Your arms are out about 45 degrees from your body. You're gonna tuck your shoulders in underneath you. Push your arms down and lift your hips. This time, if you would like, you can start to find that extension in your upper back. You might bring your arms then closer together. You might even bring them underneath your body here into a yogic bridge. That's up to you. The hinge then comes from your upper back. But again, you're still strong at your center, your belly, your bottom, your rib cage. Good. Release your hips back to the floor. Bring your knees in towards your chest and wide apart, and hold the back of your knees. Take a happy baby, but without actually grabbing your feet. You can just let them relax and drop down. So knees are just bent and wide apart, and let yourself rock a little bit side to side. Now place your hands on the top of the knees and bring them closer together and rock a little side to side. We're going to rock our legs all the way over to the right. The thighs stay close to your chest. Legs come to the floor, your arms stretch out. Reclining twist. With your hand, make a fist. Your right hand makes a fist and goes between your legs. So mine are kind of between my thighs. With the gentlest of squeeze, I want you to squeeze your legs to your hand. If you'd like to turn your head to the left, do it. Just a gentle squeeze. Good. Now lift your left leg back to center, and then your right. Hands are on the top of your knees. You're taking a slow rock over eventually to the left. Thighs are close to your chest. Right arm is going to reach out to line with your shoulder. Your left hand is going to make a fist. You're going to place it between your thighs. You're going to very gently, the slightest of effort, squeeze your hand. You might decide to also rotate your head. And then turn back to center with your head. You're going to lift your right leg first, and then your left back to center. Give your knees one more squeeze in towards your body. And then you're going to stretch your right leg out long towards the right-hand corner of your mat. You're going to stretch your left leg out long towards the left-hand corner of your mat. You're going to make yourself really comfortable tucking your shoulders under your body. And your arms move, again, about 45 degrees away from you. Coming into Shavasana, we're going to do a guided Shavasana today. I'll give you some moments for quiet. I'm going to sit up so that you can hear me well. And I want you to take whatever position is comfortable for you, whether that is corpse pose or any other position. I want you to start first by completely relaxing your body. Yeah, that takes time. And there's no rush. So once you've made those big adjustments to get comfortable, and you're not moving your legs or your arms or your head anymore, then you just want to start relaxing your muscles. So allow the weight of your head and your skull to drop into the ground. Your hips drop into the ground and your bottom fully relaxes. Of course, if you have a discomfort in your lower back that will not settle by now, help yourself to bent knees. That's fine. Otherwise, let the settling of your hips, your butt, and your belly extend down through your legs. Soften from deep inside your shoulders all the way out to the tips of your fingers. Soften your face. Relax your beautiful face, your cheeks, your chin, your jaw. The forehead. Explore that forehead. It's nice and smooth, like you're letting all the wrinkles out. Take a nice breath in. And let it out. And let your body just sink a little bit deeper into the ground. In a very slight way, I want you to take 3 calming breaths. It's not much effort at all. It's a sort of quiet, minimized breath. So it's an easy, natural, medium-sized breath in and a full, long exhale out. After those 3 breaths, I want you to relax back into the natural breath. I want you to think back to a time that perhaps you were in this same position in Shavasana, in corpse pose. Maybe at your favorite place to practice yoga. I want you to use your imagination to recall a memory of Shavasana, your favorite Shavasana. We often have those memories of really good rests or relaxations after class. As you remain relaxed right here, perhaps you're recalling where you were, your surroundings, who else was there, maybe even what you were wearing, maybe the time of year. You begin to sense what it was like to be very calm, to be very relaxed in one of your favorite places. I want you to bring up now, we're gonna let that one dissolve, stay in this relaxed body. I want you to bring up now a time where you felt connected. Maybe it's right now. We're all in different places. Practicing together all around the world. Maybe you're thinking of a time where you were surrounded by people you care about. You're enjoying spending time together. I want you to use your imagination to bring up where you were, what you were doing. Maybe you remember a certain laugh. Maybe this was recent. Maybe it was really long time ago. With family or friends or even strangers. Maybe just even with your favorite animal. A time where you felt connected. That you were not alone. That you were supportive, supporting. That you felt a warmth with others. That you were understood. Let yourself bring up that memory and stay with it for another few moments. And then I want you to let that dissolve. For this last exercise, this last reflection, I want you to remember a time where you felt cared about. Maybe it was a time that somebody expressed that they cared for you, or that they showed you with a gift or a call or just a nice gesture that made you feel cared about. Maybe you're just thinking of a person right now in your life who may be alive, who maybe is not alive. Maybe, again, it's an animal friend. That just made you feel cared about, that you knew they had your back, that they were concerned for your well-being, and you felt supportive and safe. Allow yourself to recall that, to remember that, to feel that right now again, to bring up that memory and let it last. And finally, let that dissolve. Allowing yourself to feel relaxed, to feel connected, to feel cared about, are just some of your core strengths. They are already inside of you. And at any time you can bring them up, you can recall them, you can let yourself connect to those core strengths and move forward from there. Very gently, we're going to let your head roll a little bit side to side. We're going to dissolve this corpse pose by wiggling now your fingers, your toes, taking any movements that might feel good. It might be a big head to toe stretch. There's no script here. Do whatever feels nice for you. Gradually bring your knees to your chest. And you can either roll to your side or just roll up to sitting. Just get up the way that feels natural to you. You can sit up tall, cross-legged, or any way that feels, again, good to you. We're going to bring our hands together to close practice. Thank you so much for being here today, everybody. Let's take a deep breath in and let it go. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning from wherever you are. I hope to see you again really soon.